Concrete cracks are inevitable. They occur due to drying shrinkage, temperature changes, settlement, overloading, and restraint of movement. But not all cracks are dangerous. The real concern begins when a crack compromises structural integrity. Because once a crack forms, it becomes a pathway. Water enters, oxygen follows, and when they reach the reinforcement steel, corrosion begins. This leads to expansion, internal stress, and progressive damage. So the objective is not to cover the crack. The objective is to restore the original structural behavior of the concrete member. This is where structural repair methods come into the picture. Not surface treatments, not temporary fixes, but techniques that work inside the concrete. One of the most effective methods used in such cases is epoxy injection.
When is epoxy injection used? Epoxy injection is not suitable for every crack. It is typically used when the crack is structural, the internal bond is lost, the crack is dormant and not actively moving. If the crack is still moving, epoxy will fail. If corrosion is ongoing, the crack may reappear. So before any repair, the root cause must be identified and controlled. Understanding the objective. The purpose of epoxy injection is precise. It is used to restore structural integrity, re-establish load transfer across the crack, reduce moisture penetration. When properly executed, the repaired section behaves like a monolithic concrete again.
Where this method is commonly applied. Epoxy injection is widely used in structural elements such as concrete beams, columns, slabs, bridge girders, retaining walls, and other reinforced concrete members where structural continuity is affected.
Now, to understand how this repair is actually carried out in practice, let's look at the basic steps involved in the epoxy injection process for structural cracks.
1. Surface preparation. This is the most critical stage. The crack and surrounding area are cleaned thoroughly. As per standard practice, cleaning is done at least 12 to 15 millimeters on both sides. Dust, debris, and contaminants are completely removed. In practice, technicians often rely on professional tools, such as those from Hilti or Bosch, for effective cleaning and surface preparation. If water is used during cleaning, the crack must be fully dried before proceeding. If the surface is weak, a small groove may be created to expose sound concrete, because if the surface is not clean, the epoxy will not bond. 2. Selection of epoxy material. Epoxy selection depends on crack width, depth, and accessibility. For very fine cracks, low-viscosity epoxy is used to ensure deep penetration. For wider cracks, medium or gel-type epoxy is preferred. These materials are typically selected to meet standards like ASTM C881, ensuring high bond strength, adequate tensile capacity, and long-term durability. In practice, commonly used structural repair systems include products from Sika, Fosroc, or Simpson Strong-Tie. 3. Injection ports and surface sealing. Injection ports are installed along the crack. These serve as entry points for the epoxy. Spacing is planned based on the crack profile to ensure complete coverage. After installing the ports, the surface of the crack is sealed using a suitable sealing material. This seal prevents leakage and forces the epoxy to travel inside the crack. Cap sealing is typically done using epoxy paste or similar materials. The seal must be allowed to cure before injection begins.
4. Epoxy injection process. Injection is carried out using specialized equipment. For vertical cracks, injection begins from the lowest point and progresses upward. For horizontal cracks, injection usually starts from the widest section.
We begin by inserting the nozzle into the port and applying pressure. You can see the epoxy filling the void. Now we move to the next port.
Epoxy is introduced under controlled pressure. As injection continues, the resin flows through internal voids, air is displaced, and the crack is progressively filled. When epoxy appears at the next port, It confirms complete filling between those points. This process continues until the entire crack is injected or refusal occurs. In field applications, high-performance injection systems are often used to maintain consistent pressure and flow control. 5. Post-injection process. After the epoxy has cured, injection ports are removed, surface seals are chipped or ground off. If required, the surface is finished for appearance. To verify the repair, methods such as core testing, ultrasonic pulse velocity, and impact echo testing may be used to assess bonding and structural integrity.
6. Structural reinforcement using carbon fiber.
For critical structural elements, epoxy injection alone may not be sufficient. In such cases, carbon fiber reinforcement is applied. This involves applying resin to the surface, placing carbon fiber sheets, and ensuring proper bonding and curing.
Common strengthening systems used in practice include carbon fiber solutions such as CikaWrap or Master Brace. Carbon fiber provides very high tensile strength, load redistribution, and crack control. It acts as an external reinforcement system, enhancing structural performance. The final outcome.
The crack is no longer a weak point, the internal bond is restored, load transfer is re-established, moisture ingress is reduced, and the structure regains its original performance capacity.
Concrete cracks are not always failures. They are indicators.
When diagnosed correctly and repaired using methods like epoxy injection and structural reinforcement, they can be transformed into restored structural elements. Follow for more construction knowledge.